only $1 anyway, so. Alright. He's only $1. He wasn't that expensive. He wasn't.
We're gonna have to wait until we get the screw in.
Well, not really. If I can just get it to.
It's not gonna stay there. It's not gonna work.
Probably. It's a test run here, you know. We'll just scoochy. If we can, we'll just there we go.
It's mostly on me.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Maybe that'll work.
Maybe.
If we're lucky. If we're lucky, it'll work out just fine. But yeah, it's on. We're about 50 seconds in.
50 seconds in.
Yeah, about a minute. And yeah, you know. No, can't wait to get my truck and be able to do this in the truck with you, you know. Be able to ride along.
It's rocking.
It's rocking, yeah, but hey, it's working kind of.
And we go rocking. And my finger looks like really huge, big.
Those cats we had when we took that video picture of them, they looked huge as hell. They were huge cats. They were some big cats. Dylan and I started Dylan and Fifi. They're big cats.
And Tiger, but Tiger left us.
Yeah, he did. Very sad.
Went on a walkabout. Whoopsie! That's alright, that's a good part of the video, right?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Why
I
not?
don't like that vantage point of me.
What's wrong with it? I mean,
Does it matter as long as I say I don't like it? Besides, you look like your head's like humongous
I know.
up here.
I'm trying to get it to work out in our favor here.
Right, it needs to come forward like this.
Well, if we had the right one where it could do that, well, I mean, we could do that, but then again, that wouldn't really work. If we just turn it a little bit, yeah.
Could you like pinch it in to take it farther back?
No, that's as far as it goes, hon. Unless we try to, unless we wing it and face it this direction.
That would be weird.
It would be weird. That's why I usually like doing camcorders, because the camcorder can have a camera that flips.
What about like this?
I mean, it could work. Yeah, it could work if we had the right. Well, maybe.
It's not gonna work.
If we had the right thing to, like.
I need to look and see if I've got one of those things in all of our stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit. Well, actually, that's kind of update on the house, too. We have a lot of shit to go through. We have a lot of boxes and stuff to go through.
We're going to go down minimal so we can travel with ease.
We can travel light and be able to go any, be able to travel light so that way we can go anywhere we want. Just pile it all in the pickup, put this car on the back of the truck, and it's on a trailer. Be able to haul a few things, you know.
Our goal is to. Are we going to talk about what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so our goal is ultimately to fix this house up, sell it, and, you know, practically be living out of
hotels and stuff like that.
Hotels and travel a lot.
Yeah, that's our plan with this channel here. With mainly vlogs, but travel vlogs are always good too, you know.
But living out of a suitcase is better than living out of a trash can, right?
Any day.
Yeah, long-term wise, because we are such interesting people.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
I think we're interesting.
You could be the most interesting man and woman in the world.
We are interesting because, number one, of our age difference.
Yep.
Of our spiritual preferences, I would say.
Yeah, spiritual preferences.
We're interesting because we have a lot of interests. Like, we share a love of history.
Yep, that we do.
We share a love of, like, retro, old-fashioned stuff. What else do we share?
Oldies music.
Oldies music. But then also, I
like the app Seedsburg 1000.
Yeah.
Kind of like background elevated music type stuff. We
Yeah.
kind of like that crap. I don't know why. We just do. So it's the thing.
We aspire to dance in the kitchen to oldies.
Yep, we do.
And
We just have a
then
lot of.
we have a lot of personal interest. He likes trucks and cars, classic cars,
antique cars.
I'm like an artist, and I'm like very like eclectic about things. I like fashion. You could never tell by looking at this mug right now, but anyhow.
Looking at this.
Looking
at this mug. You all hear
What
that?
is my other interest? I should know them myself, right?
Well, you're very obsessed with Outlander, Scotland.
I do love Outlander. He likes Outlander too. It's just it makes him more nervous than it does me.
Well, I mean, you know, and this is full disclosure. I was raped by a gay dude, so that's kind of why. But
People have a hard time understanding that with your size.
again, handcuffs are everything, honey.
Yeah.
Gay people have handcuffs. They have handcuffs in their bedrooms because they know that kinky
this
shit.
may bring up some negativity, but nobody should be raped regardless of their sexual preferences or not. We're not stating opinions on sexual preferences. We're just saying no one should be raped.
No.
Right?
No, not at all.
And but we're getting off topic.
We are.
So I like interior design, decor. I love the idea of buying and selling real estate, flipping houses, doing the whole
HGTV type stuff like
Yeah.
Property Brothers. Let's see. Katie on the Coast.
But honestly,
Good Bones.
he is a foodie.
So my thing is Food Network, like diners, drive-ins, and dives. Guy Fieri, his grocery games.
But that makes it really good because I am a good cook.
She's a damn good cook. You'd be quite surprised.
But anyway, I think what is our most unique, probably our most unique attribute is, get one in your head and then I'll get one in my head and then we'll share.
A unique attribute.
Don't tell what it is. Yeah, what makes us more unique than like most people? I'm going to get one and you get one.
You need your foot off the brake.
Besides the fact that we drive in unison, like I steer, I do the brakes.
Right. Yeah, I do the steering. Sometimes I do the steering.
And the gear shift. It's like really weird. So,
Honey, the steering's gonna love you.
yeah, whatever.
Anyway.
So, you got one?
I mean, tough question, actually, you know. It's not that I don't, it's not like there ain't no attributes. I mean, it's the way you talk sometimes I like. Especially with, when you, instead of saying ugly, she actually says uggy, which I find really cute. Don't ask me why, I just do.
Well, I was talking about us being unique as a couple. But anyway, I'll state what I have. So, honestly, our age difference is the huge thing that most like society has
A problem with?
problem with. Because he is
21.
and I will soon be 61. So I'm about 40 years older than him. But the flip side of that is we are absolutely, totally compatible in every way.
It's
that you
amazing
can
how
imagine.
we have so many interests in common. It's absolutely amazing, actually.
And we are absolutely, totally in love.
That we are.
Completely Twitter-pated.
Pretty much.
He's so handsome.
You're so beautiful.
I know. We just make such a beautiful couple. Anyway, that sounds like I was being bragging on myself. I feel beautiful because he tells me I'm beautiful all the time, so I just...
I do my best to try to convince her that she is beautiful. and I tell her I love her every day. I give her lots of kisses and hugs and cuddles.
Well, I do the same for you. Here. He's going to go in and get a bag of ice, so put that on pause.
Yep, we'll be right back as I knock it over again. We'll be right back, y'all. We're back.
I think it should be more on you, but...
More on me.
Okay, so, as we mentioned before, we have no electricity in our house because
we haven't been able to afford it. We thought we were going to have to be the ones to put it in, but that wasn't the case, apparently.
Don't mention the name of the company. Anyway, so the land company ended up paying it for us, so we should get it within a week or so, the meter. And, but let's talk a little bit about what our channel is going to be like. So, we have kind of tentatively come to the conclusion that we're not going to have any secrets, right?
Right.
We have had very dramatic lives, I would say.
Very dramatic.
We've both been through a lot
of hell.
We kind of have this in common because we've had a lot of trauma. Both of us have PTSD,
which, if you don't know, is post-traumatic stress disorder.
And
look at that, it's actually holding.
So, it's really not right, though. It's.
You see, you turned it towards me more, and then
I'll turn it back. So we're going to get better at this. We both have quite a bit of experience, and your head's cut off.
My hat's cut off, honey, not my head, not my face. You can still see my face, you just can't see my hat.
This is going to get better once we get our electric and get our computers up and everything like that. So we're starting this channel really from
scratch.
And it's a little bit pathetic right now. I'm going to scunch down so they can see my head. So,
same thing.
Come this way.
There we go. How about that?
So, yeah, that's much better. So,
You silly.
Yeah, I mean, we've had issues. Just to say, part of it was because of other people, part of it. Now, we do intend to protect the names
of the people involved that tortured us and stuff like that.
Yeah, that caused us trauma. We want to protect the guilty and the innocent because we have families and so on and so forth. So, I guess if somebody wanted to research and find out more about us, they could. But, we both have a history in YouTube. Mine is varied all over the place. I don't know if I have any of these videos left or not, but at one point I had a YouTube channel called Cupcake Sprinkles, and I just played with toys. Now there's like 50 Cupcake Sprinkles. I think the kids that watch my channel must have all started at Cupcake Sprinkles.
Must have. Very popular. So anyways, going forward, her name is Claire, my name is Jamie. And,
well, my name, when we get married, is going to be Claire Mackenzie Davis.
And I'm going to be Jamie Fraser Davis.
And are we going to tell a story behind that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's your word?
No, you can.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so both of us disliked our names from birth.
Right.
And he had like 4 names. He had 2 middle names, and then a couple of nicknames.
I'll just tell you guys what they are. My actual birth name was Dakota Robert Kaoki Davis. And that's no joke. I can show you my driver's license. So.
And people called him Bob.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to call him Bob.
So
I
she started calling me Robert.
Robert. Because my dad's name was Bob. And it just seemed weird to be calling my lover Bob. I don't know. But anyhow. My name was Kimberly Sue Lynch. And I guess if we're just going to be all out there, we never liked the name Kim. When I was coming up in the 60s, there was always like 8 Kims in the classroom. It seemed very common and mundane. It came along right after the Korean War, and you know, Kim's, people don't think of it now, but it's really considered a Korean name.
There is. Look at Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. So.
All right, honey, we gotta trade places, and then we'll ride up to the mailbox. I forgot to do that.
Okay.
We'll just trade
Do you
places.
need to pause it or not?
Yeah. We'll be right back, y'all. Okay.
So you guys missed that. So this is the kind of things we do. So he was giving me a kiss, but the sun was shining in my eyes, and I kind of like did this, you know, dizzy thing. And he says I was going backwards, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm dizzy." And he said,
I guess it's because I've been drinking. Unless I've been drinking.
"No," you said, "I've not been drinking." And I said, Would you drink and make me dizzy?"
And I just had to think about that for a minute. And I'm just like, wait, where does that make any
It
sense?
doesn't make any sense, but that's me and you.
Oh my
And
God.
so
It was like, okay, so it was like this one time when she was doing, well, see, I use my left hand out, like keeps my hand out of the way of the camera.
No, don't hit the holes.
I'm not hitting the holes.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, she was up on the ladder, and she was looking down at me with this dirty look for some reason. I said, "You dare look at me in that tone of voice?" It took a minute for that to register, and I was just like, wait.
So,
What?
we were at the store today, and the girl asked us if we wanted the receipt, and I said, at the same time, I said no, and he said yes. And then we looked at each other, and then at the same time, I said yes, and he said no, because we're trying to appease each other. I mean, we just like kind of just go in this really weird.
We do. We kind of go in this like weird desynchronization sometimes. I mean, what else do you call it? You know?
We empath each other, like
I can empath. Okay, so my workplace is about 7 miles from the house that we live in. And whenever she feels like this thing, anyway, so what happens is every time she feels really sad or something like that, or something bad really happened and it really affects her, I can feel it from about 7 miles away at work.
right.
And that kind of ability is really strange if you think about it, because
Well, what's strange is when I'm tossing, and he works third shift, so when I'm tossing back and forth in the bed and I'm upset about something, then he calls me at like 2 o'clock and he's like, "Okay, what's wrong?" Or he'll call and he'll say, "I'm just having this terrible time," and I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well," I said, "That's because you're feeling me." But
right, so we have this strange ability to empath each other, which I honestly I can't explain it myself. I mean,
you can explain it. It's just probably not wise to do it right now. That's another whole video.
Yeah, that is.
We are spiritually connected. So it's not like, and you will find going on that we're like really, we're really spiritually eclectic. Would you say that is one way to put it?
Yeah, it is. Spiritually eclectic. That sounds about right. Oh, I see what
I
he's
think
doing.
that I know that man, I think. I've seen him in here before.
He's one of our neighbors, babe.
He is?
Yeah, he lives in that. If you look behind us, he lives in that second house. That house across the street with the GM, the burgundy truck attached to it.
Does it have the name of his business on it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know the name of it. I just know that he's got a roofing business. It's a roofing business.
Oh, it's a roofing business.
Hence the ladder in the truck.
Yeah. So anyway, we just had a truck pulling behind us. So, and you can't turn around until he moves, can you?
Yeah, I can.
So, but anyhow, we are very spiritually eclectic, and we were both like that before we got together. We are almost, did we decide on a 1-year anniversary of being together?
Yeah, December 20th.
Yeah, so we have been, what is it now?
Today's November 2nd. No, November 1st. Today's November 1st.
I think I know him. I have to ask him. Let me see his face.
Let me pause this.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, y'all.
Alright. Okay. Just, okay, you can go up here and turn around. Maybe turn around at the car lot. See, I remembered him, and he ended up remembering me.
Right?
So I did a lot of dealing and wheeling and dealing with that guy because I had just a certain amount of money to use.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I needed a ceiling in my living room,
Right.
and they weren't working on that part of the house. And I told him, I said, if I do my doors and my woodwork in the new part of the house, will you do the ceiling in the living room? And he did.
Right.
So it was pretty cool.
By the way, that's on camera too.
That's all right. It's okay. But I was thinking Chandler, and it's Chamblin.
Right.
Yeah, he lived on Brush Creek, and he had a Brush Creek flooded,
Right.
and it lifted up his double wide trailer, and his double wide trailer floated down the river, and with it like 4 foot up in his house, and him and his wife survived by laying on the dining room table because it floated.
Oh, jeez.
I get excited when I see people that go this way. Or you could go out that way. But anyway, you want me to drive?
Nope.
I get excited when I see people that I remember.
I enjoy my opportunities to drive, babe.
I don't... What makes that? What makes me get excited when I see people that I remember from a long time ago?
It's nostalgia, really.
Is it nostalgia or just like shock? I don't know. It's kind of like, oh wow, I remember you.
Well, I've been there and done that myself.
Actually, people mean a lot to me. He's getting it. People mean a lot to me, and you wouldn't think that.
Well, honey, I would think that actually, because I know you that way. I know you too damn well, babe.
I'm kind of introverted in a sense.
A little bit. I mean, I'm extroverted a lot of the time, but other than that, it's not really a huge deal.
I think I'm introverted because I'm used to rejection.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens, honey. When you get hurt, you just don't want to come out of that box again. You come out of the box, you get hurt, you go back in the box and say, nope, never again.
Yeah. So I'm actually like an introvert. And I really, really I become an extrovert when I see somebody that I used to know. If you hear that...
Oh, you better slow the hell down, buddy.
If you hear a grinding, it's because our brakes
are bad. When's the last time you changed them anyways?
I've only had the car 2 years.
You haven't changed the brakes in 2 years? That explains...
Look in my eyes, dear. Do you see a car guy?
You don't have to be a car guy to know you gotta change your brakes every 2 years.
Oh, well, I could probably insult you like that, Mr. Car Guy.
Honey, I could scare the hell out of you.
Yeah, you can make me bitch face mad, too.
Bitch face mad. See, this is the kind of thing she tends to do a lot. It's like, she'll say, you'll make me bitch face mad.
Don't trigger me.
I'm not triggering you, honey.
There's 2 words that I hate, and I actually realize that they're, really important because I do them both. But the word trigger bugs me because it's like everybody gets triggered over everything now, and I do too. I do
pussy. That's the way it's said.
And
Be a pussy cat. How about that? We say a pussy
Right.
cat. It's not
And
really-
I
it's not.
don't like the word boundary because I think people use it just to cut people out of their lives unnecessarily, or because sometimes they just get pissed off about stuff, and they use it as a weapon to hurt people sometimes. But I'm also realizing, I mean, I don't like the word because of that reason, but I'm also starting to realize that boundaries are something that are a thing, and they should be a thing, and
They should be respected, I guess.
they should be respected because it protects you. And there's been a lot of times if I'd had boundaries up, I would have been protected that I wasn't protected. So what do you think? Because I'm doing all the talking.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not a great multitasker.
I thought I wasn't the one that was a multitasker.
Well, you can't focus to drive at the same time you're talking, so I mean, it's kind of difficult.
You're driving on a dirt road, honey. There's no traffic.
I know.
don't think
Yeah,
thinking about
right. I'm
boundaries
actually
and
thinking, yeah,
triggers.
boundaries and triggers are kind of the thing that nobody really is ready for that kind of conversation yet, because they're like, well, I don't really want to think about it. I don't want to have to talk about things that bother me. And usually, well, you see, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, if somebody had a problem with somebody, they would beat the hell out of them and then say, yeah, I'm fine. And then they would shake hands and they'd be cool again. Nowadays, when someone gets triggered like that, they just go and they call mommy and say, Mommy, they hurt my feelings.
Well, and seriously,
You see, the way I was raised, though, was, look, I was raised, you never start a fight, but you better finish it, because if you don't, I'm going to beat your ass myself.
Well, yeah, but you were raised like
I was raised-
You were jerked up by the hair of the head.
I was jerked up into the hair of the head, giving a crash course of saying, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
So, don't get us wrong. We don't. My hair is just terrible. We don't condone violence, rape, any kind of abuse. We don't condone condemning people for their personal rights. We don't.
I want to say it like this.
We're not saying it's okay to do bad things.
No. Well, I'm going to say it like this. If you want to be gay, fine, but don't shove it in my face.
Well, nobody should be forced to be something they're not.
Right.
So, but the point that I'm trying to make is just because we kind of have an issue with the whole trigger boundary thing, it's not because we don't believe that it's important and that it
It's not that we don't. It's not that we don't care. It's just that we don't know what said boundaries really are. We don't know how to set them.
Well,
We've never been taught how to set boundaries. We've never been taught how to understand boundaries. I mean, I especially had that same problem because I go into the store and see somebody I know and go, "Hey, what's up, man?"
literally blew my eardrum out one day.
Yeah, when I
I've lost like 50% hearing in my left ear. But anyway, the point is,
I know, babe. I'm sorry.
it's okay, honey. I understand. So I'm trying to learn and to appreciate, respect, and set boundaries. But when you're raised a certain way, and we were raised rough and tough, and it was like, if you had a problem, it was like, get over it, get under it, whatever.
Well,
I'm going to give you 30 minutes or 10 minutes to straighten your shit up, and if you don't quit crying by then, you're going to get another whipping.
Well, actually,
That
what
was
they
my
would
life.
say is this. They would say, "You better stop fucking crying before I give you something to cry about."
Well, I wasn't quite that rough, but then everything...
That's the Davis, and that's the Davis family.
Okay, so with me, I was treated tenderly in certain ways, but then on the other hand, I was completely neglected. So, like, at 14, my mother literally, essentially just gave me to a 25-year-old guy that took me out in the middle of nowhere. And he supposedly married me. I don't know how valid that was. But and then I spent 20 years in complete isolation. It was a lot like the Casey Dugard thing. I was just out so far in the country that nobody knew where I was.
Well,
really.
the thing is, honey, is that
I've even had family members tell me that for like 10 years they thought I had been kidnapped. Like cousins and stuff. So, does that mean that the battery's going dead? What's that
no,
doing?
that's because I paused it and restarted it again. Just ignore it.
It's still on though.
Yeah, it's still recording.
Okay, so
You see how the number's counting up there?
right.
That means it's still recording.
So this is another. Let's close this out, and next time we're gonna do like a introductory. Are we introducing ourselves properly? Should we like actually introduce ourselves, or are these suitable introductory?
Well, I was thinking, how we could just I'll work on building an intro and go from there.
Okay. So anyway, I hope you find this channel interesting. We're going to stick with it. We are going to try to make videos or post a video every day, because this is going to be like a major thing for us. It's really important. I think that we have so much to share and so much food for thought. And our life is spent like having fun and loving each other and loving our son Joseph.
Yep.
And really caring about people, trying to do the right thing. But at the same time, like, our life is like 50-50 between extremely happy, joyful, and just wanting to have fun and just enjoy ourselves, and the other half is like daggone serious, right?
Sometimes extremely depressing at times.
It can be depressing because we have certain issues that we're dealing with, but then on the other hand, we take life serious. We're not wanting to run roughshod over other people. We want to be loving and caring to each other. We have a lot of values that we believe in, but probably our most sacred type serious thing would be our spirituality.
Definitely our spirituality, but which we'll go into in another video though.
Yeah.
Because if we go into it now, we'll probably be here for like 6 hours. But other than that, I think that covers it.
I do too.
As far as that goes.
I think that's enough for you to probably get like 2 or 3 videos up, don't you?
Probably. Or do it all in one mega video, but
I don't know. What do the YouTube algorithms do now? Is it actual view time, or is it
that I'm not sure of.
When it was actual view time, I think the average video was like 30 minutes. And back when it was just click, if they clicked on your video and they didn't actually do view times, videos were like 5 minutes.
The one thing we didn't do?
What do we not do?
I didn't even get out of the car to go to the mailbox.
Okay.
Yes. Piss on it. We'll go back. Anyway, anyways, we're like, as we go on through our lifetime here, and we're going through these videos, and we're making these videos, and we're uploading them to YouTube and everything. Basically, life is a dance you learn as you go. And
Let's sing it.
When I was, it's like this. When I was 14,
I
I was
didn't mean the whole
falling back.
song.
Oh.
Just the chorus.
Okay. Life's a dance you learn as you go. Sometimes you lead and sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance you learn as you go.
That'd be a good closer.
Yeah, it would. Alrighty, y'all. I think that's going to do it for us today. Hope you enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be sure to upload a video every day if we can. It really depends on my work schedule, because sometimes I do 8 hours, sometimes we do 10s. Stitchers is very confusing. Eventually I'll do a video and I will show you guys what we make at Columbus Industries, at my department at least. By the way, I figured out what a poultry pad looks like. It's just all paper. There's no poly at all, it's just all paper.
Does it look like a dog pad?
Yeah.
Does it have the pad on it?
It's just paper, babe. It's all just paper. It's just nothing but paper. Yep. Just paper. That's it. Just paper.
Do you turn it off?
No. Alrighty, y'all. I think that's going to do it for us today. We hope you enjoy the video, and please comment, like,